She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Hi, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you 5 delicious breakfast recipes. All of them are vegetarian, super easy to follow and recreate. Some of them you can even prep the night before and enjoy in the morning. Super easy, super yummy. And let's start with plum and cinnamon chilled oatmeal. Cinnamony oatmeal chilled in the fridge, topped with a beautiful plum sauce. If you're someone like me who just isn't vibing with warm oatmeal anymore, this one's for you. Heat up some water and then add rolled oats to it with a pinch of salt, a pinch of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of basil seeds. You could alternatively use chia seeds. This has been my oatmeal hack for years now. When you boil your oats in water first, it gets extremely creamy. The seeds double up, the oats cream the water and make it very milky, and the additional milk we add is just gonna act like a double creamer. You let this mix cook for 2 more minutes and then turn off the heat. Let the oats cool down completely, and while that happens, the oatmeal thickens further. Pour the cooked oatmeal into a cling-lined bowl and smoothen it out with a spatula before covering it with the cling wrap itself. Refrigerate this for 2 hours minimum. You can make this at night, refrigerate overnight, and in the morning you can unwrap and have it for breakfast. For the plum sauce that goes on top of the oatmeal, I chopped up 2 plums and transferred them to a hot pan. Add a splash of water to the plums and let it cook and reduce for about 5 minutes. Since I'm making this sauce only for the oatmeal, I used about 2 plums, but you could totally use a larger quantity and add some honey and then keep it in the fridge. Use it as a topping for your toasts. I unwrapped the cling and put a plate on top of the bowl and flipped. Removed the bowl and slowly peeled off the cling wrap. As you can see, it just comes right off. Now it's time to decorate her and make her pretty. I drizzled some vanilla yogurt on top. If you don't have vanilla yogurt, you can just use a regular one or curd even. Just add a few drops of vanilla essence and as much sweetener as you like. Dusted some cinnamon on top of the yogurt and then added the plum sauce. I didn't add any sweetener to the oatmeal, so I topped this one off with some honey. You know, with some food items, they just look so pretty, you don't want to bite into them and ruin them. This was exactly that for me. But you need to take that bite because this is so delicious. My recent go-to breakfast recipe, a fruity peanut butter overnight oats. You take a glass or a bowl and add rolled oats to it, a tablespoon of chia or basil seeds, a teaspoon of Feel Good Skin superfood powder from Cosmix to get a watermelon-y flavor, that beautiful pink color, and also because y'all don't believe me most of the times when I tell you I'm lazy, but I really am lazy. The only thing I'm not lazy about is food, because that is something I'm genuinely very passionate about, and also it's my work, so being lazy is not really a feasible option, which is why one thing I do in my skin, it doesn't break out too often, which I'm very thankful for, but when it's not doing too good, what I do is I try to take care of it internally in a more holistic manner, because that's what works for me, I feel. I'll increase the consumption of whole foods, eat more fruits and vegetables, more healthy fats. One more thing that really helps my skin is this. It's the Feel Good Skin natural plant-based supplement powder from Cosmix. So this is a tiny jar, but it is packed with nutrients. It's a superfood. It's completely natural, completely plant-based. Most of us, we face problems with our skin, and I feel like it's not an outside problem. It's a more deep-rooted cause. This being powered by vitamin C, vitamin E, omega-3 and so many antioxidants, restores, replenishes and heals your skin from within. It promotes collagen production in your body, so it's basically just creating a healthy glow from within while promoting healthy skin. I simply mix a teaspoon of this with water and drink it, or I take it with my smoothies, or like you see in this case with my overnight oats. It's just super easy to integrate into your everyday life without too much effort. I feel like when products need too much application and when the process is longer, it's difficult to form a habit. It's difficult for you to kind of do it every single day, for me at least. So this helps because it's just this much powder with this much water. Just take a shot. It's an amazing product. You can go to the website, check it out, check out the other products. Thank you so much Cosmix for partnering with me on this video, and now let's get back to the oats. A pinch of salt and mix before adding a scoop of strawberry protein powder. Add water to this till the dry mix is covered, not more than that, and then add 2 spoonfuls of curd or yogurt before mixing very well. You can freely adjust the amount of water you add to make it runnier or thicker. Just as the name suggests, we keep this in the fridge overnight and in the morning we have it ready to eat. Now I wanted this oat bowl to be very fruity, which is why I added more fruits. I cut up a mango and a peach and just added the cubes directly on top of my oats. This overnight oats is incomplete without a good spoonful of crunchy runny peanut butter. Unless you're allergic to peanuts, missing out on this is not really an option. If you have this for breakfast one day, I guarantee you're gonna have this every single day. It's just, I am obsessed with it. It's so good. Baked beans flatbread. This recipe is perfect to make on weekends. I'm not even joking. This might be one of my favorite recipes I've put out on this channel. It's seriously just... oh my god, that's what you're gonna say once you eat it. The night before, we're making the dough for a bread. It's a whole wheat milk dough. To some warm milk, I added active dry yeast and honey, mixed and set it aside for a few minutes to proof. Then I added olive oil, salt and flour, and this is 100% whole wheat flour. Mixed everything with a spatula first and then just kneaded with my hands till a smooth, non-tacky ball of dough was formed. Something to keep in mind is that the amount of liquid you add totally depends on the quality of your flour. So you might need to add a little bit more flour if your dough is tacky. I coated my dough with olive oil and then just covered with a cloth. This goes in a warm place for about an hour or so till the dough has doubled in size, and then you just pop it in the fridge. Overnight, I also added water and kidney beans to a bowl. This will also soak overnight. Traditionally, navy beans are used in baked beans, but here I'm just using kidney beans. Okay, in the morning, this is what the dough looks like. Very fluffy, very airy. The kidney beans too have soaked up a lot of water. Drain the kidney beans and transfer the beans to a pressure cooker or a pan. Add enough water and some salt and just boil it. This is the fun part. The kidney bean filling or topping, whatever you want to call it. Stuff that will go on top of the dough. I took some garlic cloves, chopped them, 1 onion, sliced it, heat up a pan and then add olive oil to it. Once the oil is hot, add in the garlic and onions, and now you want to let this cook on medium flame till the onions have turned translucent and have this golden tint to them. This takes about 3 minutes, and that's when you add salt and sugar. Let this cook for 5 more minutes till the onions look caramelized but not fully. The raw smell is gone by now. Add in your kidney beans and ketchup and mix it, and that's it. The filling is ready. Dusted some whole wheat flour on my baking tray before putting my dough on it. By the way, if you just score the dough like you would a sourdough with a knife, this makes a really nice loaf of bread. Just saying, if you want a loaf of whole wheat bread. I flattened this dough out with my fingers like a pizza, but we're keeping it thicker and the edges will be very round. Also did a dimpling action like I would for my focaccia, and when it was the shape I liked, I covered it with the same towel and just let it rest for 10 more minutes. Time to add in the beans. Spread them out as nicely and evenly as possible and then bake at 190 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes in a preheated oven. This is completely optional, but I added some mozzarella cheese and regular cheese cubes because I love cheese with my baked beans, and then I baked this for 7 more minutes. She is ready. Drizzle some olive oil on it while she was hot. Some fresh coriander and just cut right through. This bread is crisp on the outside, but it's soft and well cooked on the inside. The onions just caramelize further in the oven. The ketchup gets a bit smoky. The cheese adds that extra saltiness and creaminess, and I don't know what else to say. It's beautiful. A lychee jamun froyo topped with a healthy chocolate sauce. When I was a kid, I used to always get this lychee jelly which had small lychee cubes in it. I don't remember the exact name of the candy, the jelly. Kind of like mogu mogu. Mogo. I don't remember the name of that brand as well. The lychee in this does that. You take some lychee flesh and cut that into smaller pieces. Add the lychee pieces along with a tablespoon of jamun pulp. It's just blended jamun. I love adding this to my yogurts because not only does it give a very pretty purple color, but also it is packed with antioxidants, vitamin A, iron, potassium, good stuff. I added a few drops of vanilla essence and vanilla curd. I made it just like I told you earlier. Curd, vanilla essence and honey. Mix this well and now let's make the chocolate sauce. To a tablespoon of unsweetened dark cocoa powder, we add a tablespoon of coconut oil, a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of warm water and mix till smooth. Skip the warm water and add 1 more tablespoon of coconut oil if you want a chocolate shell. Pour the chocolate on top of the yogurt. Top with nuts of your choice. I chose pistachios and a pinch of salt. Put this in the freezer for a minimum of 3 hours and there you have it. I'm a hoe for texture, so I took it out after 2 hours. The corners were frozen but the inside was still soft and this is such an amazing treat. It's sweet and sour, lots of texture, lots of flavor, it's amazing. If you're an Indian, you might be familiar with besan ka chilla. Well, this is my version of it. Now before you tell me it's called Chilla and not Chilla, I already know, but I'm still gonna call it Chilla because that's what I grew up calling it and that's what I thought it was called like. In uni, one of my friends got it for lunch and she called it Chilla and I corrected her and I was like, no, it's called Chilla, and she was like, no Shivangi, it's called Chilla. And I searched on the internet and then I realized, okay, I've been calling it wrong my entire life, but Chilla for me. Okay, so we let some mustard seeds pop in olive oil before adding in garlic pieces, not finely chopped, you want bites. 2 green chilies. For our vegetables and fruit, I chose grated beetroot, carrot and papaya. Added that to the pan and just sauteed really well with some salt for about 4 minutes. You kind of just want to sweat it down a bit and press onto the pan, creating a circular shape. Mix 2 scoops of chickpea flour, also known as gram flour or besan, with water. Whisk well till there are no lumps. Just pour directly on top of your veggie base. Let it cook uncovered for 5 minutes before flipping it. And yes, that flip was a massive fail. I just became a little bit too overconfident. Yeah. Listen, you can call it burnt all you want, but to me, that's charred and that's how I like it. It needs to have that extra crisp. I topped this one with sriracha and mustard sauce and let me tell you, it was so good. It's so nutritious and it's just very well balanced. Highly recommend you try this one out if you're a fan of savory pancakes or crepes. Those were all the breakfast recipes for this video. Don't forget to try them and share them on Instagram and tag me if you do, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.